Sponsoring a tree or display is a fun and creative way to promote your business or organization, but don't wait. Spots are going fast. Visit ttowntinsel.com to learn more and claim your spot on the trail, just like Johnny Rocket and I did in partnership with Town Square Media and Theater Tuscaloosa. So what else? What do we got going on the Tinsel Trail, Johnny Rocket?
Number one, we need to remind everybody this is the biggest project of the year for Tuscaloosa's One Place. It's a very important initiative, very important to their funding mechanism. So the cause is absolutely fabulous because they do more for families than anybody I can think of. But they have got an outstanding Tinsel Trail plan this year, which kicks off November the 24th at 5:30 for the tree lighting. And so you'll want to be there. But there's so many events embedded in the tree, in the Tinsel Trail, because it lasts through New Year's. You've got the holiday market on December the 13th. And Lisa and I will be there doing a live broadcast, which
That's
we're excited.
Right.
By the way, if you're a small business or maybe you've got a sideline that you've got some crafts or something that you sell at Christmas, what a great place to be at. I mean, this is a great place to do some Christmas shopping, folks. And it's going to be on December the 13th, which is a Saturday. But then there's so many other things like Pet Palooza, Family Night, and then Letters to Santa.
I want to tell Danny all about Letters to Santa. Okay. So they're going to bring, first of all, please don't mess with the portal over there. Okay. Don't press the button. Okay. Promise. Santa Claus provided us with that. We have to make sure he knows we're taking care of it. Okay.
Understood.
Okay. Good. Thank you. So they're going to bring the letters to us from the trail and we're going to read those letters live on the air, but I don't want you to fret, Danny. Don't worry.
I'm not worried.
Okay. Good. He trusts us. I love that.
I do.
We will not. I just want to assure you, we will not delay anyone's letter to Santa, because what's going to happen is that portal there, we're going to read it live on the air. It's going to go in the portal. It goes instantly to Santa. It doesn't even go through the elves. And here's another win in that whole scenario. We're helping the elves. We're going to lighten their workload.
Can I leave my letter today for you?
You could, yes.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes. We have to wait until November the 24th to read it on the air, I think. That's part of the rules. Okay. But you live with us, and we will read yours first.
Oh, my goodness. I know we'll make it in time.
But you folks go on and schedule. What a wonderful way to kick off the Christmas holiday season at Tinsel Trail on November the 24th. And I'm telling you, there are so many different activities for the entire family going on at Tinsel Trail. So we'll keep talking about it. We are glad to be partnering with Tuscaloosa One Place, Town Square Media, the Noon Show, and we're just absolutely excited about the opportunity to work with those good folks. What great work they do. Before we get to break, I want to also remind you that the 13th annual Purchase with a Purpose party is coming soon. It's not far away. It's November the 13th and 14th, and it's 2 nights, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. each night down at Northport Baptist Church, which is right downtown Northport on Main Avenue. This is a great shopping event. Proceeds fund mission work both locally and internationally. They are a fantastic organization that do so much for so many, but you'll want to put that on your calendar. That's the Purchase with a Purpose party. 40 vendors already signed up.
Oh, wow.
2 nights to shop. And remember, 100% of the profits go straight to funding local and international missions. What a wonderful cause. What a wonderful organization.
Okay, guys, you are not going to want to miss a single moment of today's show, but we are up against a break. You've been listening to The Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be right back. Okay, I'm going to look for that. I want to show Danny this video of the real Grinch, if I can find it. It's on Beth Henry's page.
We love the Grinch at our house. We when the girls come back home, probably for Thanksgiving, we'll watch it that weekend because we always try to jump ahead of the Christmas season. And we're talking about the old Grinch.
Yeah.
We gravitate to that one, just because of what I grew up with.
We're at Tinsel Trail. You get to meet Mr. and Mrs. Fezziwig. You know who they are?
I'm trying to think if I know. I don't believe I know who they are.
That's who Scrooge worked for.
That's the backstory. I didn't know that.
He worked for them, and Mr. and Miss Fezziwig is going to show
Oh, here
up.
it is.
Oh, cool.
It's my birthday.
Okay, Beth,
I didn't know
you liked onions.
She asked him for an onion.
Myself, to be honest. But I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can have my people contact your people. We'll see if we can get you an onion. We'll find out.
It sounds like somebody I know. I'm thinking.
I'm not looking for giving things out.
It's okay. We didn't get her anything either.
I love it. I love it.
Aren't you like her children or something?
I love it.
Yeah. We
Yes.
don't have money though.
Oh, you're money.
No, so it'd be herself getting herself a gift anyway.
They'll hit that.
So this guy thing there, isn't that
Isn't
funny?
that cool?
I wish I had dad's money.
I bet he's hot. I bet he's hot.
He's gotta be. And
I
being
love
in
his voice.
Orlando,
Oh, his
and
voice
this
is
is,
perfect. I think.
oh yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got to be hot.
Oh, my. Lord.
Mr. Fezziwig's costume is hot.
Is it?
I can tell you that.
Oh, you know that personally. Okay, I see.
It's
Okay.
hot.
Now I get it.
Oh, we are making an appearance on the trail as Mr. and Mrs.
I
Fezziwig,
get it. I was
Costumes.
late on the uptake on that.
courtesy of Theater Tuscaloosa, but we have to get them. They're using them during their production, so we got to get them turned in right after. I think right after the
Yeah.
opening.
Wow.
So yeah,
the
they've
reason
been
to
very
come down there.
generous with. We borrowed costumes from them now.
Great place to do it. It's a great place to do it.
What is the heck? Where is that
I
from?
just saw it online
Oh, that's funny.
because we're going to have to replace our costumes. And I said, well, that's kind of cool looking. But I'm hoping Theater Tuscaloosa comes up with something for us.
Instagram is such
Okay,
a
I
great
love
place to
I
look
love
at
the way
stuff
you're
like that,
thinking
find
because
stuff.
now Johnny's like, well, we have to have a costume. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love
That's
that
Mrs. Fezziwig's influence.
I see. Well, you better jump.
I
do.
like the mindset.
I do.
You know?
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
I don't think that he thought that way before I came.
How long
Essential.
ago, how long ago, man?
every day.
How long ago, man?
Not that long.
Not very long.
Yeah.
I started on the show in May.
It just flows so well.
It's
Like-
Thank you.
amazing.
To be honest, it's like we've known always.
It
It
feels
is.
like
That's
it.
the thing. That's
I know, and
what
it's
it
even
sounds like.
strange, like when somebody, how long have you known each other? A few months.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is.
We actually sat down, we met last fall,
Briefly, yeah.
Mhm.
very briefly. We first sat down in March.
Mhm.
I guess that's the first time we,
Yeah.
well, you came on
I
the
came
show
on the
with,
show and then
we met then, and she there were two or three together, and Lisa was one of them. And then we ended up, when Jan decided to not do it anymore,
Yeah.
You were there. That's awesome.
she thought there was a list and she was on it. Actually,
Look, because he
there
said there was
no
a list.
There
He
was
said,
no
I'm on their list.
Uh-huh.
welcome back to the Noon Show right here on FM 100.1. Thank you so much for being part of the Noon Show family. We're so thankful for you, and we appreciate you very, very much. And we appreciate our sponsors, and we have some fantastic sponsors. And one of them is our very first original sponsor, and that's our good friends at Bryant Bank. Bryant Bank, as you hopefully know, was founded right here in Tuscaloosa 20 years ago. And they're still headquartered here. They're still truly the only community-based bank here in the T-Town region. And wow, do they know how to take care of us, the customers. And I have the great privilege of being a customer since they opened. And you can talk to any customer and they'll tell you the same thing, that the Bryant bankers are committed to excellence. They're committed to family, and they're committed to serving their customers so very personally. And I mean, when you sit down with a Bryant banker, you're sitting down with a friend and you're a member of the family, and they treat you that way. And so if you're looking for the right partner to help you meet your financial goals and needs, whether you're an individual, a family, or small business, Bryant Bank is the place to go. And you can be a customer too. It's just so easy. Just stop by and visit with one of our good friends, a Bryant banker, find out what the Bryant difference is really all about, and just stop by. And you can step into their headquarters, which are on McFarland Boulevard North. And then they have convenient access in Northport, North River, and in beautiful downtown T-Town. Go by and visit a Bryant Banker. Tell them Lisa and Johnny sent you. And remember, they are an equal housing lender and a member of
FDIC.
Go see our friends at Bryant Bank today.
No doubt. Make sure you do tell them that Lisa and Johnny sent you. If you are just now joining us, we have been joined in the Noon Show studio by Dr. Danny Potts. He is a neurologist at the Tuscaloosa VA. And also, congratulations to you, Dr. Potts, on being a very recent recipient of the 2025 Impact Award for Invisible Disabilities 2025 Impact Award. Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa. My pleasure and honor.
And so what I would like to explore for just a moment, for those who may not be familiar, what exactly are invisible disabilities and what kinds of conditions fall into that category?
You know, I didn't know much about the organization until recently, and Wayne Cannell and Sherry, his wife, founded it. And one of the reasons they did that is because Sherry is living with one of those disabilities. She's living with MS. And early on, when the MS was not apparent, but they parked in a handicapped parking place, and somebody got angry with them because they had parked there, even though she has MS, because they couldn't look at her and tell that she had a disability.
And they judged them.
Yeah, so they were judged. And so this had a great impact on them. And so they eventually formed this organization. But it's for people who are living with disabilities of sorts that are not that obvious. And most of these are psychological, neurological, cognitive disabilities like Alzheimer's or dementia, which we're going to talk about. So it's those types of things. And it's been our privilege to advocate for greater awareness for that for a long time. And so that's kind of what it's about.
That's wonderful. So I like to think that most people will not look at me and think that I have a disability, but I do, narcolepsy. So yeah, it's actually protected under the ADA if, for, employer protections, that kind of a thing. And what can you tell us about narcolepsy, like preconceived notions, that kind of a thing?
So that would be one of the invisible disabilities because not everybody knows that. And it's judged. Well, a lot of people just think, oh, why is that? Well, I mean, I get sleepy too. I mean, if I sit down and watch a TV show that I don't want to watch, I'll fall asleep. It's more than that. It
is more than that.
It is a neurological condition that has neurochemical correlates, and that it causes pathological sleepiness. And so you cannot fight it. It can be very, of course, debilitating, even life-threatening. I mean, if you don't know you have it and you're driving and that sort of thing. I mean, so it's very serious, but it is treatable. And we have sleep specialists here in this area.
We do.
One of whom, Dr. Jim Geyer, who I've known for many, many years.
Yes.
And others who can treat it. And so it's something that's treatable. So seek out. Sleep disorders are huge. And so many of us have them and don't know it. So please, be aware that these conditions are treatable.
Yes, that's really good advice. And, I was very recently diagnosed, and I started doing some reading and talking about accommodations, that sort of thing. And this people, I guess it was some kind of forum thing. And one was talking about her employer said, we want to know a schedule. If we have to accommodate you, you have to take it. You need a nap. When are you going to do it? Well, it's unpredictable. And I can tell you, now that I have the awareness that I have this, it's unpredictable. I'll just have this wave of uncontrollable. I think I could just fall. I just lay down not fall. I don't fall out, but I would lay down on the floor and go to sleep if I could, probably,
It brings up a good point about all of us needing to be more aware and informed about it. And this includes businesses and employers. Because many of our employees may have conditions like this. And so it pays for us to advocate for greater awareness for these conditions so we can modify things and people can keep working, and be successful. And that's good for everybody.
Yes. And the other one, I don't know what it is. The other one, I can't think of it.
Obstructive sleep apnea.
I don't know. My brain's not working today. But, I think that that's an important one to raise awareness on because of quite frankly, that one's not treated, and it's kind of known as the widowmaker. Can be.
It is, and that's because when your brain doesn't get enough oxygen or your heart doesn't get enough oxygen at night, when you have an apnea, which means that you choke yourself off and stop breathing, well, that's when most heart attacks happen. That's when most strokes happen.
Mhm.
And so a lot of deaths happen in the early morning hours, vascular deaths related to blood flow. A lot of that's because your blood's thick because you got sleep apnea. So it pays to really be thinking that. The other thing that's important for our topic with dementia is that sleep apnea is a risk factor for dementia. When people have bad sleep apnea and they don't get enough oxygen, the brain doesn't like that. And eventually that causes some of the same pathologic changes that you see in Alzheimer's disease.
That's
So it's
terrible.
one of the things that need to be screened for and asked about.
Exactly. And I was honestly horrified when I was diagnosed with that one as well. I stopped breathing multiple times per hour. And then when I go into REM sleep, that number is doubled, apparently. So I need to sleep to oxygenate my brain, but got to have the CPAP, right?
You do, and CPAP has come a long way. CPAP got a bad rap, and some people say, "Oh, I can't do that." But now the equipment is so much better, and the techniques are so much better that try it. Try.
I thought it was
probably
going to
get
be.
used to
I
it.
really thought it was going to be horrible, and I'm not going to lie. So after I got my diagnosis, and I went back, and then they were fitting me. I thought I was going to I swoon from anxiety.
Yeah.
They started to introduce the first mask, and I thought I can't do this, but then I could, and then I realized, because that was a whole other night there, I didn't want them to take the mask off of me the next morning, and so right. I mean, it's I would say honestly, and there were some things leading up to me going to. I think I honestly kind of felt like I was on my way out. I'm not going to lie. I could not get a leg up. I just want to tell you all that's not normal. And I can remember going to see Dr. Geyer and filling out a questionnaire. How often do you wake up feeling refreshed? I'm like, excuse me, refreshed?
Yeah.
How about 0? Which is apparently not normal.
It's not, but it's so common. Sleep disorders are so common. And we need, again, an invisible disability, what I'm talking about. So we
Invisible
need to be
disability,
aware of
yes.
it. Don't be have a stigma about mentioning it, talking about it. Seek help if you feel that way.
I totally agree. I would say definitely seek help. There's nothing to be embarrassed about, and there's nothing to be afraid of other than just, you do want to find out the facts and treat it, because that's definitely in your best interest.
Yes, it's preventative for your health. It really is.
Yeah. And I'm just going to put it this way. It's almost time for a break, but I honestly thought, Dr. Potts, that being an adult meant you just, you go to work and you feel like crap all the time. And that's actually not necessarily the case.
Look for reasons for it. This is a treatable reason for it.
Exactly. I would like to cover other invisible disabilities as well. Thank you for humoring me and spoon feeding me even more information. I didn't know about the blood being thicker and all of that. But guys, we are up against a break. You're not going to want to miss a minute of this episode. You've been listening to the Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We'll be here right back.
Good stuff.
So I was so shocked. I got that diagnosis. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
Well, this explains why I felt so bad.
Oh.
I mean, I felt like I might not be here if I hadn't gone and been treating. I really don't think I would be.
That's pretty
I felt
common.
that
People
bad.
get the gloom and doom. They get the doom, so they think, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die." But if they ever get past that first night of CPAP, I don't want to go without it now.
I don't either. I didn't want them to
everywhere.
take it away.
Yeah.
I'm like, let me have a little while. No, we're done.
You want it? Yeah, please give it back.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yes, it's comforting now. I was like, hey, I can breathe.
I was at waiting in a waiting room at the UAB hospital waiting on my uncle to get heart surgery, and my 2 other old uncles all went to the bathroom. And one of them said, "You know what? Talk to my friends about my family and all this stuff." When I got to be in my 40s, 50s, I was talking about my career. Now, when I get with my buddies in their 60s, I ask them, "Does your CPAP turn up or down?"
Oh
You
my
imagine
gosh.
these two old guys in the
The
bathroom talking.
conversation
Talking
changes.
about
It
completely.
does change, doesn't
Oh
it?
my God.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I have a high school reunion group that has lunch every other month in Decatur,
Mhm.
and I was going. I mean, I traveled 2 hours, wasn't too bad. See some old friends. I finally quit going. Conversation was, what ailment do I have today?
Of course it was.
What's hurting today?
I know. What hurts the most?
What did the doctor do today?
Uh-huh.
Gosh.
When's my next appointment?
Right.
723-0731 or message us on the Catfish Tuscaloosa app. Now here's Lee.
Welcome back to the Noon Show right here on FM 100.1. Thank you so much for being with us. I hope you're enjoying the show. This is really good information today because so many of our listeners probably can relate to a lot of the conversation today. And so you'll want to stay tuned as we spend some time with our good friend, Dr. Danny Potts. And we'll be right back to Danny in just a second. But before we do that, let's remind you that if you want to feel your best, you want a new level of energy, you want to find a way to make sure you're preventing any health issues, and you want to do it the natural way, then Purify You is where you need to check out. Purify You, located right here in Tuscaloosa, 500 Town Center Boulevard, and they have a fantastic organization headed by Dr. Brenda Branch. And for 30 years, she has been practicing as a naturopathic physician, and they have developed a whole line of wonderful natural therapies such as salt therapy, red light, infrared sauna, the massage chair, which is absolutely fabulous, and so many other ways to help us all feel our best and gain new levels of great health the natural way. And what a wonderful line of nutrients and supplements, all naturally based, that they can offer. So check them out. Go by and visit them at 500 Town Center Boulevard, or check them out on their wonderful website, purifyu.com. That's Purify You with a big capital U. And remind you to tell them that Lisa and Johnny sent you. So go by, find out what it's like to feel your best the natural way. And we are just delighted that Danny is with us today. Danny, again, great to see you
Yes,
always.
thank you for
Johnny and
coming.
Lisa, thank you for
And,
letting me be on.
This is an important month of awareness, especially in the area of dementia related,
Exactly.
which is also an invisible disability.
Yes,
correct.
that's
And
correct.
and I know you do a lot of work in dementia and Alzheimer's. That's a main cause for us. It's a major
Right.
issue for us around here. And you and I were talking before the show about, we always have a concern about the challenges for the caregivers.
Right.
And the caregivers have a tremendous responsibility, but it's a real challenge. And I know you've worked with a lot of caregivers. To some of our folks that are listening to us, they're caregivers.
Yeah.
What can we do to encourage them? Because this is a very difficult disease.
It is. You mentioned it being a very important month. This is not only National Alzheimer's Disease Awareness and Brain Health Awareness Month, but it is also National Caregiver Month. Comes the same month. And so the two go hand in hand. You know, whether you're a caregiver for somebody who has Lou Gehrig's disease, Alzheimer's disease, stroke, other disabilities, rheumatologic illnesses, etc., you know that it takes a lot out of you.
Sure.
However, it is also it is a wonderful calling, and there's very little in life that can put back into you what caregiving can, because you realize this is the truest expression of love, caring for somebody that cannot care for themselves.
Right.
And so the way both of my parents had Alzheimer's, by the way, as you know, both of them passed away from it. Ellen and I have greater than 8 family members that have had dementia. So we've had a lot of caregivers in our family. The successful ones always find a way to have gratitude for the moment, to stay in the moment, and to see it as not only giving, but also receiving. There's a critical, it's actually a spiritual way to look at it. It's a way to express more love rather than less love. You can't have the resentments. You can't have the denial. You have to enter into the moment in a very vulnerable place. And that is, you got to say, hey, I got to have help with this. And I've got to rely on my spiritual life, my friends, my support groups, and educational materials, et cetera. But it's not all giving.
Right.
It's getting back. So gratitude is a big part of it. Denial is the D word, and we all have it.
but we can't go in with our heels dug in. Oh, you know, it's you got to get out of the. It's about me, and my ego is telling me this is very hard for me. You have to be in the moment. You can't help it. What's happening to my loved one is happening. And so if I want to have a relationship with them, I can't think about what they were 15 years ago.
Yeah.
That's Mike. That was guilty of that. I said, I want Dad to be like that. That relationship was very important to me, and Mom too. If I look at only that and mourn that loss, then I can't be with them today. What's the Lester and Ethel like? What are they like today?
Right.
You know, so the people at Carrying Days taught me that. You know, with Dad, when Dad first went down to Carrying Days, you know, I love Carrying Days. I mean, can't say good enough things about it. Vicki Kerr and LaDerrick Smith and others said, hey, we meet the Lester that comes in here every day.
How long did it take you to learn to do that? There's no way you did that instantly.
No, it's over the years. If I knew then what I know now, oh my gosh, Dad would have gotten better care. But you don't know what you don't know till you don't know it.
Yeah, no,
So,
I totally get it. Yeah.
It's so. But over the years, I've learned from some very very smart people, very astute people that have been through this and know how to do it. And so
I'm trying to even just picture how to do that, and I'm not sure how I personally would go about that.
some people can innately do it more than others, but I think it's not natural for us to do that. We don't. What do you mean you can't talk to somebody the same way? What do you mean you can't reorient them? Dad, you know it's not November the 12th, it's November the 25th. No, he doesn't know that. So to hold him accountable for that is not right.
I think there are other factors at play as well, because we see people through a series of filters. For example, my mother, I see her as my mother. But for example, we went, this is a few years ago now, my Uncle Mac has passed away, to see her oldest brother in Texas. They've got a swimming pool in the backyard. Now, she was 11 years younger than Uncle Mac, so she was the baby sister. So she's somebody else's baby sister. We're in the pool, and I see my mother, and I see this look come over her face as she starts to playfully splash her big brother, and I'm looking at her, and I'm seeing her as a different person. She's a baby brat little sister, right? Like, and I mean, mother listens. I love you. I mean that in the best possible way, because I thought it was cute.
Yes.
And so he sees her as little sister. His wife, my Aunt Hildegard, sees her as Lindy, the little, who dropped the entire pitcher of orange juice in the floor. Lindy, what have you done? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so I see her as a mother. Someone else sees her as a best friend. Wow.
What we are trying to do, and this has come over years of thinking about it, looking at it.
Sure.
We try to get people to see the person as they truly are at their core. And that is a core person that doesn't fade out with Alzheimer's. And that is not my daddy, my aunt. It's the core innate human that is still there despite the disability. If we can get to the depth of that,
sure,
we can provide care, because it's going to energize us to do so.
So is that what you mean? I've got down here in the notes. So you advocate for the personhood.
Yes.
Is that what you mean by personhood?
I'm talking about the personhood that doesn't fade out. It's a spiritual thing. It's imparted. There's a light there that doesn't go out.
It's just them.
That's what I'm saying. If we can find that, and there are ways to do that.
How?
Here are about 4 or 5.
Okay.
Pets, nature, babies and young children.
Yeah.
Showing old photos and telling old stories, singing, playing music, doing art, reminiscing. These are ways that we can do that. Being present in the moment with all of that. This will help us get to that core. And we'll see it light up in the eyes at times. At times when we may say, oh, she's not here today. There will be a moment of it. And if we can learn to appreciate that 5-minute. You ever seen The Notebook or read The Notebook?
Yes.
The recognition was what he was after.
Oh my gosh.
The recognition, which he got for a few minutes, that will change you and allow you to have a relationship.
Yeah, and we've seen that. I learned that at Connect.
Yes.
I was down at Connect, got a chance to visit, and they were using music, and it was bringing to life those individuals. Matter of fact, they were even dancing.
Yes.
And you could see the memories come back, and it just was remarkable to understand. I've also learned about the art from you.
Yes.
Because you do a lot of artwork, and your father was certainly an artist. And that's such good suggestions for people. I think, and I've told this story too many times. I had a good friend that went through Alzheimer's with his wife. Folks that knew, they're educated, they had financially, they could have done anything, but they didn't know what to do. And it ended up not being a pleasant situation. But once you learn that if you can bring back those deep memories, they come to life.
They do. And it's autobiographical memory. It's the storyline of your life that resides in a certain part of your brain. Guess what accesses that better than anything? Music.
Music
And the other arts.
and maybe art.
Especially music.
Especially music.
So there comes
Okay.
the life story back. See? And movement too. Dance and movement does the same way. You may have seen a video of this woman who used to be a ballerina dancer, and they thought she was locked in. And they play a Tchaikovsky, one of the dance routines, and she dances in her chair. She comes to life with the same movements that she's had the whole time. This is innate.
Wow.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh. So I again, I had this in the notes. So you often use art and music as tools for healing and connection.
Yes.
And that's how you kind of bring them back for those moments of recognition. But I can remember, so my grandma had it. So, and we talked to somebody earlier from the Alzheimer's Association about these kinds of moments that you would have with people who are living with dementia. So my grandma was in a nursing home, and they had hung up a wall clock right in front of her bed so she could see it. And she had long since forgotten that my granddaddy had passed away several years prior to that. So she was looking at that wall clock and said, well, Delbert's late. She was expecting him home from work. A little while later, well, Delbert's really late. And then a little while later, she said, well, Delbert's off in that old lemon of a car he bought. And you can't help but chuckle, but none of us wanted to tell her that, or remind her that Granddaddy had passed away. What do you say about that?
Well,
Is there any use in even let her go? Yeah.
And she's thinking of the old car and the other memories that are associated with that. Those are all coming back. So it's painting a picture for her that, guess what it does? It brings her back home to herself.
And you know what?
It brings her back home.
What's interesting, so I was talking to somebody else. I had shared that story off the air, and she said that her mother called her, her mother who had dementia, and her father was the caregiver. And here's what I don't quite understand. Usually you forget the newer people first, but apparently Mama had forgotten her husband, but she remembered daughter. Well, husband dials the daughter. And Mom says to the daughter, am I living in sin? There's this man here, and he's awfully handsome. And she said, you know what I mean? Like,
It's very common. And what's one of the things that's thought to happen is that somebody remembers how the person looks before they themselves got dementia. And so the person that they see now that doesn't look like that, they don't know who that is. My mother thought one of her granddaughters, there was a real one and a fake one. And she would say, now, is the real one coming this time? And so it somebody looks different, but they forget they forget. It's like their memories are cut off at a certain time when they got Alzheimer's.
Sure.
And they're not remembering new stuff. So they don't recognize these things.
That's what kind of confused me, because obviously the husband came before the daughter.
Sure.
And so, but
she's
you're saying
remembering him
from
at an earlier
before,
time.
like as a young man.
I think so. Yes.
And so, but luckily she still remembered her daughter, and she was reaching out for help.
Right.
So,
right.
But yeah, so I was just kind of, that's what I thought. I thought that maybe, usually the newer memories go first, right?
Right.
And the longer term memories are kind of
They're
held
in
onto
there
by the brain.
Yes, they're in there if you can access them.
If
And
you can,
I forgot humor, by the way. I didn't mention humor. Humor also does it too. So there were times when we could show Dad an old Carol Burnett video. So we had DVDs of that old Johnny Carson show or whatever.
Yeah.
And we would all be laughing together, and we felt like he was right there with us again. It's those things. So humor can do it too.
That's fabulous.
Anything that centers us in the moment, gets us past our ego. So
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Potts, we are up against a break again. So guys, you've been listening to The Noon Show on FM 100.1. Don't go away. We will be right back. So,
good stuff. Good stuff. And-
So you want to read a poem?
Yeah, if y'all don't mind, I've got
That'd be great.
one. I've got one. You know how people forget people, and they may call them somebody when it's really their husband or wife.
Hmm.
So the poem is called Somebody, and so
I've seen that.
you may have. But it's you know, it just gets you thinking about that. Pretty amazing. That's a good
It's a
conversation.
good way to close.
That's hard to think
Probably-
about, you know.
Probably 1 minute, maybe 1 minute or a little less. This was it.
Oh, yeah. What's it hard to say?
Yeah, I started writing poetry, Lisa, after Dad's sort of painting,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it helped me get through my dark times too, because that about got me. And so I write 2 or 3 a week. I've written 2,500 poems. I can't believe it. Some of them are not good,
Wow.
but I still do it, and it's ministering to
You
me.
need some kind of mental exercise.
Yeah,
You need something.
and you know, outdoors does it too.
Yeah.
And it's music, often gospel music, as you know.
I love gospel music.
No, you do.
That's what I played for my dad during his last months.
Yes.
And I would, Dad used to sing some. I was in a gospel quartet for several years. And so we'd sit there and he would hear something on this was a cassette tape, whatever it was, CD. And so we would sing and he'd actually start singing with me. Couldn't sing very much. He didn't have a lot of energy to do it, but he could pick it up.
I believe it.
And
I believe it. Yeah.
he loved that gospel music.
Oh, yeah. We do gospel, we do Gaither videos for Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Picking back up.
Yeah, it was a precious time. It wasn't easy, but it was
It's
precious.
not easy, but it's a growth.
One of the things I made a mistake at, didn't think about it in time. I should have got my dad on video.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Because he was a great storyteller.
Oh, yeah.
And I waited a little late. Ended up getting it done,
Yeah.
but I can't watch it. I can't watch it. It's too
I
difficult to
got it.
watch.
Well, there's a lovely website, lifebio.com,
Mhm.
where you can record
Yeah.
memories,
I
upload
had-
stuff.
If someone's to ask me any advice, I'd say, get your aging parents on
On
video
video.
before it's too late.
You'll be happy you did. You'll be
It's,
happy you did.
he could still remember some things, old stories, and he couldn't remember anything going on currently.
Thanks for listening to the Noon Show with
yeah,
Lisa
that-
Jones and
I
Johnny
wish I'd done that about a year
on
earlier.
Oh, yeah.
100.1 or online on the Catfish Tuscaloosa app. You can call us live at 205-723-0731 or message us now on the Catfish Tuscaloosa app. Here's Lisa.
Welcome back to the Noon Show right here on
Yeah,
FM
welcome.
100.1. Thank you so much for being part of what we're just absolutely enjoying. A great conversation with Dr. Danny Potts. So meaningful because there's so many of you listeners probably are relating to the whole idea of dealing with invisible disabilities, especially dementia, Alzheimer's, and that whole family of not very nice diseases. And so we'll get back to Danny in just a minute with the conversation. Before we do that, let me remind you that our good friends down at Hudson Pool Fine Jewelers are right there ready to put a smile on somebody's face and help you find that perfect gift for that special someone. Matter of fact, they've got some great shows coming, some trunk shows coming up over the next few weeks as they move into the holiday season. So you'll want to check out Hudson Pool and visit them right downtown Tuscaloosa, 1111 Greensboro Avenue. And goodness knows they have got an absolutely gorgeous array of gifts and jewelry for just about any occasion. And also, and Lisa and I have talked about this, they also can help anyone either design, redesign, take an old heirloom piece of jewelry and reconfigure it. I mean, they have got the expertise to do everything that each one of us need done to make somebody happy. And so you'll want to go visit them. Start your holiday shopping at Hudson Pool and go to hudsonpool.com if you like to shop online, especially our out-of-town listeners. hudsonpool.com, great website, wonderful value, service, merchandise, all available. So check it out. Tell them Lisa and Johnny sent you, and we'll see you sometime down at Hudson Pool very, very soon. So we want to get back to our conversation, really
Yeah.
meaningful conversation. Danny, thank you so much for joining us today. We do appreciate it.
My pleasure, Johnny and Lisa.
Yeah, so I understand that you write poetry.
I do. That would make my mother happy. She was an English teacher.
Oh,
But
good.
growing up, I wasn't very interested
Being a
in
good
it.
son. Well, I understand that your dad took up painting later in life as well.
He did. He was attending Caring Days. Old Pickens County sawmiller had no idea he had artistic talent, and they showed him that he could paint. He painted 100 watercolors, original, beautiful images. We have some of them remaining. So
That's
I started
amazing.
writing poetry then too. I was so inspired by Dad's art that I
Oh.
said, well, maybe I can do this, and I have continued. It really buoys me along. I tell you what.
Would you read something?
Well, I'd
That
be
you
happy
done?
to. I'd be happy to read. When I was
I'd love to hear
2,500
something. Yeah.
2,500 poems I've written, but this one is specifically for this time of year,
Okay.
the November Alzheimer's Awareness Month, and it's called Somebody. Many of us who've had a loved one with Alzheimer's or dementia know that they may forget our name, but they don't forget that they love us and we love them. So we're still a special person, and we need to honor that. So this is
Yeah.
Somebody. May I read?
Yes.
If there comes a day when I can't keep from losing my last memory of the beauty in your face, when the echoes of your voice seem so confusing and our home becomes an unfamiliar place, I'm praying that the Lord will smile down on me and let drops of tender mercy fall like rain, so my mind can find the words to tell somebody how their kindness helps to wash away my pain. And I hope that somewhere deep and safe and certain, I will not forget the times somebody shared the good grace to search the space behind the curtain to find the essence of the one for whom they cared. When somebody saw my failures cast a shadow over all the sunny mornings I had lost. When somebody found me lying in the ghetto of my wasted dreams and didn't count the cost. When somebody said, I promise I forgive you. I believe in you forever, come what may. When somebody said, I'll take this journey with you, and together, neither one will lose the way. And I hope that you will know in my heart, I need you so. Though my memories die, my love remains the same. Will it matter if somebody's your new name?
Oh,
Beautiful.
that was beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh my
Thank you.
gosh.
Thank y'all.
Thank you so much for that. I do have another question for you though. So what advice would you give to someone newly diagnosed with a neurological or cognitive condition that others can't easily see or understand?
I would say to you, there's no reason for stigma. There's no reason to hide in the shadows. Embrace it and live as well as you possibly can with it. It's not a death sentence. You don't have to stop living when you get a diagnosis. I would say to seek out a medical professional that also believes that, not somebody that writes you off and says, come back in a year and take this pill. Somebody that listens. Listening is healing. And I would say, reach out to others. Let your family take care of you because you will need some care. That's one of the biggest things. People don't want to burden their families. Your families want to help care for you. I hope I remember that when it comes my time. I'm going to let people care for me because we all need that.
That's great. And I love thinking about you taking up poetry. And when you're writing poetry and you're creating and you learn new things, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, I'm a big proponent of saying an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. You said at least 8 individuals, et cetera, et cetera. We know that there's a genetic component. So literally you create new neural pathways when you learn new things. And I'll tell you something, it doesn't have to be academic. Dancing, learn choreography, music, take up music. What other examples can you give us? How do we create new neural pathways without it being a drag or a burden? How do we do that?
The good news is 45% of dementia cases can be prevented by lifestyle changes. So this includes the Mediterranean style diet, and we all know what that includes: a lot of olive oil, a lot of nuts, a lot of fish, a lot of fresh vegetables and fruits, all that kind of stuff. We know that healthy relationships help prevent that. Getting your sleep apnea treated, get a good night's sleep. If you have depression, get it treated. Exercise. Okay, you don't have to get 10,000 steps a day.
I want to talk a little bit more
Yeah.
about exercise because I'm a big champion for exercise. And I said to my mother, because, anyway, I said, Mother, this is years ago, exercise is the fountain of youth. I will die on that mountain. I say scientists don't know and will never know all of the benefits of exercise, and it's not just physical.
It's not. You got a lot of cognitive benefits, psychological benefits. 3,000 steps a day lowers your risk of dementia. So,
Right.
now, so if you can get your 7,000, yeah, if you can get 10,000, great, the more the better. But the thing is do something. Don't sit all day. Get up and move. Okay.
And don't isolate. I am a big champion for go to the gym. And why does that matter? You're also going to get the social interaction. How does social interaction affect us?
It branches
And our
neurons.
brain
So when we're with other people in healthy relationships, our neurons branch out and grab hold of another neuron. So this is important. Being outside, trees are good for us. There's a lot of research on nature bathing. The Japanese have done a lot of that. Being around trees and in nature is good for us. That's the same
Really?
thing. Yeah, it's good for our immune system.
I did
It's
not
good for your
know
brain.
that.
Get outside if you can.
So trees in particular?
Well,
Or just
trees,
being
any
outdoors?
vegetation being outdoors, but there's some thought about trees being primary in that.
Well, and you get some vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin, all of that is good.
Yes.
Again, scientists don't know
Right.
all of the incredible benefits of doing that.
But there's one reason innately human beings have wanted to do that forever.
Right. Yeah. And then there's also you said the Japanese people who live in the blue zone tend to live a lot longer. You have the largest concentration of centenarians in what is the blue zone, Dr.
The
Potts?
blue zones are these areas like Okinawa and a place in
Right.
Costa Rica and Sardinia and places like that, where people have this kind of lifestyle we're talking about. It's hilly. They're walking up and down. They're riding bikes. They're eating fish. They're making their herbal tea. They're growing the herbs in their yard. They have healthy relationships. Okay, there's not much depression. They're not overweight. They have all this healthy stuff. So watch Life in the Blue Zones or read it. It's very, very interesting.
And also, a lot of those people do things that they enjoy, and for work, there's that old saying: "You do what you love. You don't work a day in your life." They follow their passion. And I read somewhere that there's not actually a word in the Japanese language that meaning retirement in the sense of to stop working for the rest of your life.
Find your purpose. Where your great talent meets the world's deep need, go there.
Yes, and Dr. Mike Ashby was here just a couple weeks ago, and I love this quote. He says, "Only do what only you can do."
I love it.
I love it. Anything you can do to grow your brain, just create more neural pathways, the branches, as you said, and connect. Do it, prevent, especially if you know this runs in your family, right, Dr.
That's
Potts?
exactly right. And one last little comment here.
Sure.
If I ever forget, show me back to me. Show me
Oh.
back to me.
Exactly. Through the ways you said, the music and the art and the dancing,
Yes.
all of that.
Correct.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming on
My
the
pleasure.
show, Dr.
Thank y'all
Potts.
for having me.
This has been such a great episode. Yep. Okay, Johnny Rocket. Johnny Rocket's he's sitting over there in the back seat. But so I've really enjoyed having you on today. And I believe next week on Monday, we've got Cousin Russell. Shout out to you. He's got an announcement. He's got a new book coming out. And Monday is the pre-sale date of his new book. So he's a Christian book author. And we always love a visit by Cousin Russell.
Outstanding. And reading's good for your brain. And
Yeah,
your
no
spirit.
doubt. So hang on. Sorry. I had to find my notes. I always read the outro. It's time. It's that time. It's actually 1 o'clock. It goes really fast. So I would like to remind everyone before we go, don't forget to spay or neuter your furry friends and keep those tails wagging with up-to-date vaccinations. This is Lisa Jones signing off for the Noon Show. But before we go, I'd like to wish everyone a splendiferous rest of their day and weekend. See you on the radio on Monday.